Ronnie Ford from Paducah, Kentucky. The number 80, Robert Marshall from Howell, Michigan. The 81, Mike Miller from Springfield, Oregon. The 82, Jeremy Schmidt from Princeton, Minnesota. Gates down as they roll into that first turn. Frank Weiss, the number 83 from Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. 84, Chris Rubel from Kansas City, Missouri. The 85, John Bolin from Abingdon, Maryland. We got John Moran out of Whites Creek, Tennessee. John McLemore from Minden, Louisiana. James Jetmer, also out of Callaway, Virginia. James Nagy out of DeLand, Florida. James Max from Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Troy Asamani from Dearborn Heights, Michigan. And Christopher Opplinger on the 97 from Fredericksburg, Ohio. Alan Alford grabbing that early lead out there, it looks like, on the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award Megawatt, but he's got plenty of company coming in the 51 of Edgar Fotis, Richard Silvers, and many, many more back there doing the battle.
Yeah, the full pack's coming after him right now. Everybody making their way through the commandments back into Storyland right now, and Alford not going to have an easy go of it. Edgar Fotis, Richard Silvers, James Max, Gary Stout, all the way back through the back of this pack, talented riders. Don't see some of the names that we were looking for to be up front if you want to know the truth about it right now. So if we take a look at these guys coming out of Storyland back into view right now.
That's John Bolin. John Bolin wasn't even a part of the top 10 whenever they went through the Bell Moto Whole Shot Award stripe there. And,
right,
of course, he opens up now with the lead here on lap number 1.
Yeah, a lot of action going on out there. A lot of action going on in here right now. Kevin Kelly chasing a wasp all around the booth right now. And
I got some spray in the back of the quad.
I'm not sure who's going to end up the worst of it, the wasp or Kevin Kelly.
It's going to get ugly right here, right now. Somebody's going to pay some pain.
I would recommend the weapon of choice not be a water bottle,
yeah,
Kevin.
especially an empty one.
Here we go into this last turn right here. Rodney is the final left-hander as they make their way in. It is the 85 machine. John Bolin, man, bringing it to the front. Like you said, Bolin was just about 8th position as they came through that Bell Whole Shot Award stripe, and now headed back to the billboard right now with about a 10-bike length, and glad to see Kevin Kelly come out victorious over that wasp.
Well, John Bolin may have taken the lead. Alan Alford got the whole shot, and he holds on to second as we wrap up that first lap. Less than a second behind John Bolin. Tony Hodges, the 26th in the number 3 spot. Todd Ricochet in the number 37, or the number 37 in 4th, and Don Boslug. There we go. There's one of our top 10 competitors from last year. He rounds out the top 5. Frank Koenig in 6th, James Max in 7th, Richard Silvers in 8th. The number 20 of Gabe Gerardo is 9th, and Scott Phelps, top 5 finisher from last year and one of the top GNCC pilots as well, rounds out your top 10 here in the senior 45 plus class.
Yeah, we'd been talking about Scott, and there he is inside the top 10. Edgar Fotis right there in that 11th spot, and our minister himself, Kevin Kazad, in the number 12 position, and Ralph Bentley in the 13 spot. Tony Asamani in that number 14 ride, and rounding out the top 15, John McLemore. Take a look at those lap times. 155, pretty respectable lap time right there for Bolin. Alford a 156, Hodges a 159, and Ricochet a 159 as well. So sub 2 minute, really doing something right now. You got to remember, senior plus 45, but a lot of these guys 55 plus, if you want to know the truth about it.
And one thing to point out about these first lap times, they're always a little bit quicker because we begin the clock when the gate drops, so they are a little bit faster. The track not nearly as long once you throw in the billboard and this area past the finish line itself. So we're going to see, but that's a really great way that we can get a good idea of how these riders are going to be riding throughout the course of this lap and the moto itself. And we can see already Bolin and Alford are going to be the ones to watch. Also, Tony Hodges, don't count this rider out, and Todd Ricochet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these guys all sub 2 minutes, like you said, Megawatt.
But now you'll get true timing.
Now we get true full lap time, and let's see how much time is added on. Probably not as much as you would think. Only about 12 seconds of time. So John Bolin, a 2:07. Alan Alford goes a 2:10.5. Boslug now a 2:07. Ooh, a half, actually just a little less than a second behind, as those riders now, I believe, heading down out from behind the billboard section. We should be seeing our leaders. There's Bolin. Where is Alan Alford? It looks like Alan Alford is under fire and under pressure. Here we come. Boslug all over that rear wheel as we head through the Bell Moto Forest. It's still Alford with the advantage into the short chutes now. Oh, and on the outside of that option line,
how about that?
Boslug actually putting the hammer down on the outside. Looks like he set himself up for the inside, but let's see what happens when we go to the Ten Commandments. They're still side by side. Boslug to the inside. The momentum and the Cometa gaskets turn for the 21 of Alan Alford.
Yeah, Boslug, he had a good line in there. Really made it happen from the inside.
Leader really gets out of shape there,
Wow.
losing a little bit of time, but he regains composure there as they head into Storyland.
Let me tell you, that was a close one right there for Bolin. That could have went bad in a hurry. Able to gather it up, get the feet back on the pegs. But tells you just exactly how rough this place gets, and we've just touched this thing up just a bit. So that gives Don Boslug just a bit of time to catch up there. So now he's going to really take advantage of that and trying to put himself on the rear fender of John Bolin.
Well, here we roll through the Rocky Mountain ATVM sweeper turn, and Don Boslug has secured that second place position. And look how hard he is charging and closing up that gap on the 85 of John Bolin now as we head into the heart of this race course now on the backside of the Polysport Pond, heading toward the Thor sweeper turn. It is shaping up to be a battle for that first place position very quickly. Here they come. Your leader still with a few bike lengths lead, but how long is that lead going to last as Boslug's got the hammer down?
Yeah, he's got the hammer down. The bottom line is anytime you're within a few bike lengths, you know, you're in the same corner or the same section, Rodney, makes it much easier. But take a look at this. Our third place rider not letting go right now, and it looks like moving into the third place is that number, 43 machine maybe?
Yeah,
Frank Koenig on that number 43 machine, able to pick up several spots. Gabriel Godotto in that number 4 position. Alfred now relegated to that number 5 spot. Ricochet in the 6th spot. Phelps, look at this, picking up all kinds of spots in the last lap. Phelps was 10th last time around, up into the 7th ride now. James Max and Kevin Kazad able to pick up a couple spots too. He was in the 12th position. Now Kevin up into the number 9 ride. Edward Walson in 10th. Edgar Fordish in the number 11 spot. Tony Hodges rides in 12th. He lost a couple spots. Ralph Bentley went backwards a couple spots as well. Richard Selvers in 14th. And Mark Smith in the number 15 ride.
So if you're watching RacerTV.com at home, you can see just over the back shoulder there of John Bolin is the number 8 of Don Boslug. He turned about a 2.5 second faster lap, actually a little more than that, 2.7 seconds faster lap time last time around than John Bolin. He had 1.7 second deficit. Now I have to think that Bolin's picking up that pace quite a bit as he feels that pressure coming in from the number 8 machine. But as we roll through lap number 4, you know we can expect to see it. Well, should expect to see it, but all of a sudden, that's the number 18 we're watching now. So we're not watching the leaders now. Who is that number 18? All right. So anyway, we'll just watch what's going on out on the racetrack. Bolin's still out front for the moment. All right, picking up on the leaders now as they make their way behind the Polysport Pond, and it is still the 85 machine of Bolin. As we look back, still not much of a change there for the number 8 of Boslug, as he's not been able to make much gains. He did have a 1.7 second deficit when we crossed the finish line stripe at the end of lap number 3, and here at the end of lap number 4, it looks like he may have settled into that second place pace, at least for the moment. And the real battle starting to shape up back there in third place for the 43 of Frank Koenig, as he's got the 20 of Gabe Gerardo. Alan Alford still trying to strike back, but he keeps getting picked on back there. Todd Ricochet, also Scotty Phelps. Let's see how it all breaks down after 4 down. It is Scott Phelps up to 5th place, and you called that one, Megawatt. He is on the move. We saw him in 10th, up to 7th, now into a 5th place position.
Yeah, you know, and when we take a look back a little further, some of these guys really teaming up now, Rodney. Momentum's bringing them forward. Although Boslug went down by about a second and a half, he was 1.7, now 3.6. If you take a look back here now, from Bentley up to about Todd Ricochet, Alan Alford, these guys have really tightened it up. 2 seconds, half a second, 2 seconds, 1 second. Not a lot of room back here between 6th place and 13th.
And you see times like a 2:07 for Edward Walston. Behind him, Kevin Kozab with a 2:11. Ahead of him, James Max with a 2:10. That was a half-second gap. So we're seeing right now, looks like Edward Walston should be moving up. If he's not, getting around James Max, the 95, and now working on the 37 machine. So we got another battle shaping up as Walston trying to work his way up through the top 10.
Yeah, Walston having a bit of a problem there on lap number 2. Looked like he ran into the back of one of our KTM riders. Not sure exactly who it was. May have been Bentley, as a matter of fact. But able to work through that and pick up a few spots over the last 2 laps. So on lap number 4, Walston has himself sitting inside the top 10. Just about 10 minutes gone in this one. There we go, 10 minutes exactly. And this a 15-minute moto instead of a 20-minute moto. Lap time's about 2 minutes, so we're going to be looking at just about 2 laps left in this one. We'll see if that 2-lap card comes out. Yep, the 2-lap card is out on this one. As Boslug comes around, should be picking up the 2-lap card. There he is. The number 85, John Boland, still leading. There come Boslug right now, so these guys should be looking at the 2-lap card. So 2 laps. Next time around, these guys will have the white flag.
I see now we got Boslug listed as number 8. He's 18 on the track, and now it's starting to reflect that quite nicely. But Boland's still out front. Boslug that we've been watching there on that number 18 machine, never really getting, I guess, the gumption once he caught to within 1.6 seconds. Maybe that push up through the pack just to get to that point was a little too much too early. So he's going to save himself for the second and third motos.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Probably spent some energy to get up in that position and knows that, hey, long way to go. This is only his first moto. And second's a real good place to be sitting. Godotto just about 8 seconds back from him, and Koenig not able to make a move. He was only about 3 seconds back 2 laps ago, worked his way up to within a second and a half, but just not able to make a move. Not able to make it happen. Getting ready to get back into our first round of motos here just shortly. Senior plus 45 out there right now, and coming up next, 65, 10 to 11, and then we're going to be making our way back into our first motos, Rodney. Hard to believe, man.
Wow, that is hard to believe. We're ready to start.
I'm sorry, our second moto.
Second moto is race 1.
Going to get our first moto of our second round.
Yeah. You know, that's one thing that's always confused me, and I've been trying to educate the motocross racing world. It's race 1 of Moto 1.
Yeah,
race
absolutely.
2, race 3.
Yeah.
Everybody says Moto 1, Moto 2, Moto 27. No, it's race of Moto 1 or Moto 2.
Typical. I need to slow down and think a little more. So.
Yeah. Well, you're not the only one. That was one of my pet peeves, I think, for many, many years. But
oh, for sure, because that's how you identify. That's how you keep place of where you are in the program.
Exactly. When somebody says Moto 36, I'm like, no, we don't have 36 motos.
You know, and for dummies like me, that's why it says race on top of this sheet instead of moto. So.
Hey, I'll tell you what, speaking of race, right there, John Boland, Don Boslug, those guys know what a race is all about, my friends. 2-lap board out, heading into that white flag lap now, and we see about 10 seconds separating those two, but you can't take anything away from Boslug. Like I said, wow, look at Walston. He was just 10th place just a few moments ago. I told you he had that 207 in amongst all those guys, and he's up to a 3rd place position. Just turned to 204. He's only 5 seconds behind Boslug. Don't be surprised.
I'm telling you, man.
We could see him all the way up to 2nd, and that would be a remarkable run for Ralston. He just turned the fastest lap on lap number 6, a 204.315.
On lap 6, and when you see a guy turning 207s and everybody around him's turning 211, he's going to pick up some spots, man. That's for sure. And you picked him right out a couple laps ago, and sure enough, look at that.
Yeah.
From about 7th place to 3rd place in a matter of 2 laps.
Actually, he was 10th place.
Yeah, early in the game, but about 2 laps ago, he was still sitting at 7th, and I mean, really just poured the coal to it.
Inching his way right on up, and Walston all the way up to 3rd place. What a remarkable ride. We might be seeing that check-in in 2nd place as we watch here in the closing moments. About a 1/3 of a lap left to go for these riders, as I believe our leaders coming off of the, off of that Rocky Mountain ATVM sweeper turn now, over the big ant hill, I guess. I call it a big mogul, but it's a big ant hill, if you will.
The Moto minister, Kevin Kazad, working his way up into the 8th position right there. So great job by him. You know, Kevin doesn't train and put in as much time as a lot of guys because he spends so much traveling and taking care of all the series, making sure everybody has a place to meet, making sure everybody has a chapel service, and great job by Kevin.
No doubt. Big fist pump as he came into the infield. John Bolin was, very pumped. You can see him pumped as he was rolling into that finish line now, taking those checkers, and a Moto 1 win in the senior 45 plus for the number 85. And of course, the 85 hailing from Abaddon, Maryland, on a Pete's Cycle Bolin Family Racing YB normal shift and bell helmets backed ride. He's also wearing those 100% goggles out there today. Edward Walston, as expected, up to the number 2 spot out of Pine Top, North Carolina on a Brewer Cycles Walston Racing X-brand goggles and total control suspension backed ride. Also using that twin air. And Don Boesplug, don't take anything away from that ride, man. He pushed hard in the early part of that moto, and he's all the way here from Battleground, Washington on the Bent Lever Motorsports, Motorsport Hillsboro, and Fusion Graphics back machine. As we look at the rest of the top 10, again, it's Bolin, Watson, Boesplug 1, 2, and 3. Frank Canning taking 4th, Alan Alford in 5th. He got the whole shot. James Max in 6th, Gabe Gerardo in 7th, Kevin Kozad in 8th, Todd Ricochet in the number 9 spot, and Scotty Phelps up to 5th, but drops to 10th there at the end of that moto, wearing that number 5 as we head on down to the podium where Kevin Kelly stands by with our top 3 overall. Kevin, get them all. Go ahead.
I tell you, Rodney, we were talking about Don Boesplug there. Don looked so relaxed out there, to be honest with you, even when he was battling with Bolin there. And then it looked like, okay, you know, we're going to go into race management. And then Walston come out of nowhere, and Boesplug just didn't get excited, just stayed there, stayed the course, and ends up with a podium.
Well, I tell you, what's more impressive about Boesplug is the fact that this senior 45-plus class, most of the riders in this class that he is competing with at top level right now, 45, 46, 47 years old. He's 53, and though it's only 5 or 6 years, maybe 7 years in some cases like that, that's giving away a lot out here in the heat of Tennessee.
Take a look at Ralph Bentley. Look at his age racing with the 45-year-olds.
Oh, yeah, he's a man, no doubt about it. 52 years old as well, and a team of Motivate Triangle Cycles Liquid Performance Machine, grabbing that whole shot out there a little bit ago. But heading down now with Kevin, looks like he's about got things situated and sorted down there. As we'll let him take control and command.
Yeah, we're ready. We got the number 85, John Bolin. How about it for your winner, John Bolin? There's that gold medal. That one's going to feel good. Wrap that around your neck. Said he's been waiting on this his whole life. Good for you, man. John Bolin, dude, tell me about that ride, dude. You had to come through the field there. Didn't get the whole shot, but you worked your way up.
Yeah, it was a little slippery out there, but I got through the pack. Just had to be cautious and try to ride in the gear high, not override, not ride tight. But it was good. I just kept picturing somebody in my mind of what he would do back in the day, and it's this man, Kevin Crine. True friend of mine, showed me a lot of what I've learned, and we miss him dearly. So this goes out to him and his family.
Yeah, and he's got something coming up, the Kevin Crine Memorial Race. You want to talk about it. Show that on TV. Everybody home watching that. Come see us over there.
Budge Creek, Kevin Crine Memorial, I think it's the 5th or 6th annual. It's an AMA featured 3-day event this year. Dash for Cash, the Traders team puts on a big feast for everybody. It's free. The Dash for Cash is free. It's definitely a good cause, and his family will be there, and his dad.
Congratulations. Well, that's a great event. Look forward to seeing that, and congratulations to you. Fantastic ride. The track's a little smoother maybe after this maintenance. Probably doesn't hurt your feelings, does it?
It didn't hurt my feelings, but I knew where the smooth lines were from the sight lap. The sand section over here, they smoothed the middle but kept the inside and outside rough. So first lap, I just sprinted to a decent gap and just managed to race from there.
Your first gold medal here at the ranch?
It's my first any medal. Yeah, I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Oh, wow. Check that sign out. I saw that earlier, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's Mom and Dad there. Dad's never been to any of my amateur nationals before. He used to come to the pro nationals back in the day, but this one's for Mom and Dad.
Outstanding. Who do you want to thank, John Bolin, for the race win?
I want to thank Kawasaki. I want to thank that man there, Timmy from Olins. He spends countless hours with me and my picky setups. At 45, I'm so picky with everything. but he puts the time in. We went down to SOB. Shout out to SOB for letting me do a day of testing and training. Matt Bisceglia, the whole crew down there. Thank you so much.
Outstanding. Smile for the cameraman. You earned it. John Bowling is your Moto winner. Great ride for John. We're going to say hello to our second place finisher. If we could have Edward Walston make his way on up here, silver medalist. Here he comes. Give you guys a little extra time. I know how you old guys work. We're going to stand in front of your motorcycle now. How about it for the silver medal? It goes to Edward Walston. All right, Edward, you had to charge, man, late in that moto to get into the #2 spot. You dug deep, huh?
At 42nd gate pick, I fell in the 10 commandments on the first lap. Want nothing to do but let her eat and send her, dude.
Yeah, only way to go, only you can go up from that point, right? Bad gate pick, crashed in the first turn, got all that out of the way now, huh?
Got it all out of the way. We got a whole lot better gate pick for the next moto.
Yeah, you're going to be game ready, huh?
Yes, sir, I am.
Who would you like to thank, Edward?
My dad, first of all, Brewer Cycles, Total Control Suspension, X-brand goggles, a Chirby gear, more paint and wallpaper, and twin air filters.
You're going to see more of this guy. He's got the silver medal. How about it for Edward Walston? Great work, Edward. We're going to bring up our third place finisher. If I can bring up Don Baisflug. Here comes Don. So this is your senior plus 45 class. And Don spotted these guys about 8 years. Here we go. Put your hands together for your third place finisher. He gets the bronze. Don Baisflug. Don, you want to grab those goggles there? Don, we see you at all these big nationals, man. You're fighting it out with these young whippersnappers, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the 50 class and the 45, and I pulled out of the 50 class because it's right after my son's race. It's more about him than me at this point, so I didn't want to be on the line waiting while he's out there motoing.
Well, how you feeling about this one, man? Top 3, you're on the box.
Yeah, happy with that. I don't like giving up 10 years or 9 years to these guys, but, you know, having a good time.
Yeah, how's your son doing? How's the week going for you as a family?
We're doing real well. He's got a 4th and struggled in the second one, got an 8th, went down in a moto, but we're ready to come back.
All right, man, let's pay some bills. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank Fox, Motorsport Hillsboro, our mechanic Ty, my family, Bent Lever Motorsports, Dunlop, Fusion Graphics, Duval Engineering, and Factory Connection.
Awesome. Go get in that creek. Go cool off. That's Don Baisflug. He is going to finish up 3rd. And now we're going to bring up Alan Offord. He got our whole shot. Alan, if you are here, there he is. He takes the whole shot right up here. Alan, dude, you have been racing forever. I watched this guy way back to Winter Ams and some of the Florida races way back when. Alan Offord, you get the Bell Helmets whole shot. Finishes up 6th in the moto, man. Not a bad day's work, huh?
6th or 5th? What?
We'll go with 5th. Whatever you say. Whatever I say is not official. So if you want to you can be the winner. I don't care.
I'll take 1st.
There you go. Congratulations, your winner and whole shot, Alan Offord. Yeah. Well, tell me about the race. Obviously, a good start.
Yeah, the first class I had, I bogged off the line, so I had a really good position there and just bogged. I don't know, but this one came off the line really good. Hit 3rd, cut to the inside, and made it happen.
All right, what's the hot setup? How do you get one of these whole shot awards? Give us a little behind the curtains insight into how you snatch a whole shot at Loretta Lynn's.
Well, I can't tell all my secrets, but a lot of concentration and quick reflexes.
Quick reflexes. There you go. How old are you, sir?
52.
52. You're one of the old guys here. You're like a senior racing against a bunch of freshmen, huh?
Yeah. Back at home, I raced 35, 40, 45, and 50, so I raced 4 classes every other weekend.
You're an animal. This is no big deal. Hold that thing up nice and high. We're going to get out of the way. Alan Offord is your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award winner. We're going to call it quits from down here on the podium. I'm out of here. Toss it back up to Rodney Tomlin and Megawatt. Take it away, fellas.
All right, thanks a lot. Quote of the week, Edward Walston. Nothing to do but let her eat and send her, dude. That right there, I'm gonna have to chisel that in stone someplace. That's a good quote right there.